It's in a sense Bharatanatyam made in China. 13-year-old Tutu learnt Bharatanatyam in China, and for the first time, somebody from China having their debut or making the debut in India. Thank you, in Chennai. Thank you very much. Congratulations. We lovely performance. Tell me, when did you start learning this?
Um, I can't really remember, but like it's my mom and my grandma who told me the story. That maybe at 3 or something.
When she was about 3.
Right. What's that you like very much about Bharatanatyam?
I like how it tells the story and the movements of the body and the culture behind.
How much of hard work went behind this in terms of achieving this kind of perfection?
Uh, I won't say it's perfection, but like I did tried my best and
That's it.
yeah.
Yes.
And how many hours you practice every day or every week?
3 days a week? Twice a week? Classes? How many days a week?
We come only on the weekend, but have 3 hours class.
You are Tutu's guru, and you learnt in Delhi, and now you run a Bharatanatyam center in Beijing, is it?
Yes. I learned from Dilaka in Delhi, and I started to teach 2006.
Okay.
So it's about 20 years now.
What's special about this debut?
This is first time Chinese guru trained a Chinese student, and she complete her one program in Beijing.
And so far, she's the first one to do this kind of formal arangetram, is
No,
it?
no, she is the first to do the Arangetram. Then her daughter did it.
Okay, okay.
And she's the third one in India. But in China, she was the only one who did it with live musicians. So that's a bit of it was a big step up.
Leela Samson, you are the guru to the guru,
Grand Guru.
grand guru in that
You can
sense.
say that.
What does this mean to Indian art form, Indian dance, or Bharatanatyam?
I think it just speaks so highly about the form, that the form is so universal in its appeal, that a child from another universe, another culture, another language is also attracted to it and is willing to stay the journey. Because, you can learn a little bit and then move on. That's the trend. But if Tutu has stayed with it these many years, all credit to her parents, her grandparents, and also to Isha for inculcating that kind of patience and hard work, and to finish a margam, because she's managed to finish the entire margam, which is what is required before she does a debut performance.
What's that you loved about her performance?
That she's young and happy and bright, and there's a certain charm of a young child doing it that is so beautiful, especially when they're enjoying themselves. And you could see once she settled down that she was enjoying it.
What next? What's your long-term dream or plan?
I'll continue studying Bharatanatyam and achieve to dance better.
Dance better.
Lastly, I want to ask the mom. You would have had the choice to send her to learn your Chinese art forms. Why did you choose to send her to Bharatanatyam, to learn Bharatanatyam?
Yeah, that's a coincidence. I would say it, in Chinese saying it's a kind of fate. I would not say we are choosing the Bharatanatyam, but oppositely, Bharatanatyam chose her because of a guru and also a grand guru. We really appreciate about that.
Joining us now, celebrated performer and entrepreneur Anita Ratnam. Thank you very much for your time. How did you find Tutu's performance?
She is brilliant for a 13-year-old. And I feel that with all the political sniping that we do between India and China, here is a beautiful example of how art can pierce the heart and mind of this young girl across geographies. And she did very traditional pieces composed 200 years ago. And so I think that because her guru's guru was here and it's come down through generations and come down through centuries, Bharatanatyam, as I saw today on Tutu's body and persona, was so beautifully transferred. And for me, this is a great example of soft power and what art can accomplish.
In a sense, this is Bharatanatyam made in China. What would this mean for Indian dance?
Well, I think that Bharatanatyam is already extremely popular in China. And there are other forms of Indian dance also that the Chinese are very interested in. And you know what I noticed is that those societies that have a certain discipline, I have seen that their students are also very committed. So you can see from the idea of the lines, the way she executed the central piece, the Varnam, the way I learned it from my guru, because we have the same parampara, which is Kalakshetra. And it augurs very well for the future of the art. That people, young teenagers like Tutu, would still find meaning and context in pieces that were written centuries ago, that perhaps our own kids, our own teenagers are getting a bit impatient about. You know, stories about Krishna, stories about Shiva, and here is this girl who has not grown up in a culture, but who has fallen in love with the art through her teacher.
Thank you very much for your time. Many would call this as a Bharatanatyam diplomacy. In Chennai with Suresh, Sam Daniel, Find TV.